Social influencers are a really interesting part of social media for me, and a kind of a new area that the university is really keen to explore. Obviously, with 50,000 students, we have a lot of influencers, on campus already, and a lot of amazing students doing amazing things. I'll just say I don't think an influencer is necessarily the person with the most followers. It's the person with the most engaged community. If you paying somebody like, I don't know, Gigi Hadid or somebody to come on campus and take a photo, that's great, but how many of her followers are actually going to kind of do something about it or visit the university because of that? I'd much rather have somebody with 5,000 followers who are kind of in the local area, maybe in that kind of 16 to 18 thinking about uni age group, who will see that post and go, oh, I'm going to check out Sydney Uni because so-and-so was here. I think that's much more powerful. So, it's interesting because influencers, kind of in my personal life, I'm really passionate about wine. So I have an Instagram channel that's all about wine. And so I can see it from both sides, because sometimes I go to events through that and, take photos and stuff of that. And then in my kind of professional life, I'm looking for people to influence and take photos and things and do Snapchat takeovers for the university. So I find I know there's a lot of agencies, and we don't have enough budget to use agencies. So I find our social media influencers through a free program called Social Rank, which basically goes through all the data of the people that follow your page and identifies influencers based on their followers through engagement, through like the most valuable fan, which is the person that interacts with your page the most. So that takes a lot of kind of trawling and stalking through people's profiles on that. But that's where I found kind of the kind of core people when I first started. And then through then I met other Instagrammers and Snapchatters and content creators through their contacts. How do I approach them? I basically get a bit creepy and just inbox them on Instagram and just say, I'm from the University of Sydney. I really love your page. We're working on this. Are you keen to get involved? Email me. And then when they email me, I'll organise a time to meet them in person and explain what we want to do and what we want them to create. Most of the time I like to leave the creative brief very open so they can. There's nothing worse when somebody's like, this baby parrot or something is so great, but their channel's about high-end fashion and stuff like that. It's just tacky. So you want them to be able to bring their own sense of personal brand to their posts. And so I think you really need to keep the brief open and just let them kind of be them and share their content so it is authentic and genuine. Usually I just meet up with them and then, give them a ticket to an event or something. Of course, we don't pay influencers, but it's often, they're kind of quite flattered to, be asked by the university to do stuff, and they're really passionate about the uni and they have their favourite spots on campus to take Insta photos of and stuff. So all of them have been wonderful so far to work with.